All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Board of Supervisors regular meeting. Ready to start with some fuel? If I need to use the bathroom. All right, our first order of business for today's meeting is I'll call this meeting to order. Next, I would all ask that if you're able, please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, our next item up for business is to approve the meeting minutes dated January 27th, 2026.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments on the minutes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, I would seek a motion to approve today's agenda.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments on today's agenda? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item up for business is to approve today's consent agenda.
I'll go back 5. Second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments on today's consent agenda? All right, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item 6 will be to recognize, this is one of my favorite parts, we have a lot of amazing people who work here, but to recognize and celebrate some of our employees for their incredible contributions to loyalty to Webster County. Carolyn Steinberg, Treasurer's Office, 38 years. April Wickline, County Attorney's Office, 13 years. Dan Lewandowski, I think I got it close. Thank you. I was gonna, on one of these days, let me there. Totally right. Veterans Affairs, 13 years. Adam Boating, Conservation Department, 9 years. Darren Driscoll, County Attorney's Office, 8 years. Cody Harris, Deputy Sheriff, 5 years. Christopher Aiken, Jail, 3 years. Lindsay Roll, Jail, 2 years. And Amanda, Schlechter. I didn't ask about that one, so thank you. I kind of get that one wrong. Appreciate that. Amanda Schlechter, County Attorney's Office, 1 year. So I just want to say thank you to all these people that have helped make Webster County what we are and their contributions as we continue to grow. So I appreciate everybody in their efforts and their teamwork in this. So thank you. The next item of business is to receive and place on file the Webster County Recorder's report of fees collected for quarter ending December 31st, 2025.
I'll move item 7. Second.
Motion and a second. You state your name and where you're, pardon me, where you're from.
Yeah, order. So I'm just gonna list through all of these that we took in the quarter ended December 31st, 2025. Beginning with reportings, that's real estate reportings, $30,736.85. Then we have our quarter 2 HCHFS, which was $17,893.40. And our quarter 3 ACH minus of $18,139.10, which creates a total reporting fee of $30,491.15. Next, we have surcharge. We brought in $1,463. Our copy fees, which include our FTP site, various companies, abstractors, they pay, we get those daily documents. That's $1,317. Our auditor transfer fees, we brought in $2,910. For transfer tax, $20,452.98. For rivers, and that's recreational vehicles and vessels, that's $3,430. LC, which is hunting and fishing licenses, $90.50. And finally, vital records, birth, death, marriage, and marriage applications, $3,556. So our grand total is $63,710.63. Anyone have any questions, concerns? Thank y'all very much, appreciate it.
Thank you.
So all those in favor, to receive and place on file the reporter's report, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item, seek to receive and place on file the treasurer's semi-annual report ending December 31st, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second.
Good morning, Brenda Ainsworth, Webster County Treasurer. I just want to touch base just a little bit. Our semi-annual report consists of 49 different funds. Of the 49 funds, 9 are directly related to the treasurer's office. So all I want to do really today to bring to your attention, as of 1/1 of 2025, our cross titling began. And just last year, which it's really not out there yet, people are very surprised and very excited when they come in and we tell them they can do their title with us now. We have done, just last year, 1,300 extra titles for the year. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. So 125 extra a month. With that, our titles brought us in an extra 3,000. That's just for the title. That's not for everything else we do. This is just a title transaction, $3,750. And the title itself, only the title that we get that extra $10 for, I'm very excited about, is we made an extra $2,812.50. So each title that we do, we can earn up to an additional $30, and that is just for the title, then the security interest, and what we pay out in road use tax. Any questions on anything else that you would like me to touch base on? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 9 would be to approve and authorize chair to sign wellness program agreement between the Iowa State Association of Counties and Webster County.
I'll move item 9. Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on item 9? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 10, approve and authorize plans and specifications for the following projects. L00345-73-94, RTB on 150th Street east of Dakota Avenue, and L-8872301-73-94, RCB on Brushy Creek Road south of 250th Street.
I'll make the motion to move item number 10. Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments?
Dalton Marsh, assistant to the county engineer and GIS specialist. Jamie's out on somewhere on cruise, so I'm the lucky one to get something ready there. These are just our standard cost culverts we do every year. 2 this year. Nothing crazy about them. They're both 14 by 10s. So nothing too fancy. We do a couple of these every year.
Any questions?
Timeline on these to get installed.
The letting will be next month, and usually the contractor starts late August, September sometime. It usually takes somewhere between 3 to 6 months to get the recap project over. Bills usually get done by end of October.
How long does it take to get them in?
Sometimes it's gonna take a week. Usually we give them 2 to 3 weeks per box to rip it out, put the box in, to do the grading and whatnot. So they're pretty quick at it.
Such an exciting presentation.
All right, any other questions? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 11, approve and authorize final pay vouchers for the following projects. L-973-002-73-94, RCB on Sampson Avenue south of 200th Street, and L-89156-73-94, RCB on 240th Street east of Johnson Avenue.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second.
These are last year, the box culverts that we're finally getting closed out. We wait for some paperwork from the contractor. There's smaller projects for contractors that we consider. So usually they get forgotten. That would wait until they want their money. Then submit their stuff. So if we finally got some paperwork from them, and then finally pay them, we'll finish.
Any questions on those? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 12, Julie Edwards and Shakira Meyer from the Upper Des Moines Opportunity Inc. would like to share information about the organization.
That conversation.
That's in the morning.
Good morning, I'm Julie Edwards, Executive Director of Des Moines Opportunity, and I'm Shakira Meyer, I'm the Director of Development and Compliance and Reporting. She runs all the data. So if you have technical questions, she's here today for you. We're here in hopes to give you an update about Upper Des Moines, first of all. The last packet you received is our annual report. I had some counties think that it was old information. Remember, our fiscal year ends in September, so this is last year's information. It does talk about what we give every county for services and the money that's put back into the county. The first letter that you're looking at is information so that you know we go to every county that we serve, the 12 counties, and we ask for their partnership through a 28E agreement for the services we provide. Looking at your county, on the second page, Upper Des Moines has put almost $1.5 million of services back in your county. That doesn't cover what we pay our staff, utilities, and all of that, to have the office across the street. So we wanted to share with you, Webster County is our busiest county. It has the greatest need out of our 12 counties. And so you're one of the only counties that doesn't support us through a partnership. And so we're asking that you please consider that this year. In order to be transparent, I put some figures on the bottom of your letter of what other counties provide in that partnership, the support we receive, the households that we assist, and their county's return on investment. If you want to turn to the second page, this is the report from the fiscal year, October 1, 2024, through this past September 30th, 2025. The first chart talks about the number of households that we assisted, and then you can correlate to the second chart below with the amount of money that went out the door for client services. Outreach is the one that most people are familiar with. It has the food pantry, it also has backpacks for kids, it has a birthday room, a baby room, and we run other programs out of there. Plus, we refer to any programs in your county. And so we're a great front door for services. If you're in need, come talk to us. Even if you don't qualify for our programs, we will send you where we can. So you get the support we need. Noticing in 2022 and 2023, there's an asterisk by those. That's because those numbers are duplicated the first 3 years. And the first 2 years is when we received COVID funding. And so there was an influx of money. They also lowered the qualifications, so more people qualified. So that's why those numbers look inflated. In 2025, which is the year you're looking at right now, we achieved one of our goals. We were able to produce an unduplicated number. So the 1,371 clients that came through our doors, that was how many households came through our doors. In previous years, it was the number of clients. And a caveat to that is our staff had learned 2 new systems at the same time. This number, I can guarantee you, is underreported due to that fact. Energy is lagging. That's what you always hear about, energy assistance. It goes to the big 3 utilities and it goes to the local municipal utilities. 1,112 households receive that service. Housing, local landlords work with us and we place people who are at risk or if they're homeless and qualify into rental units in the county. And 69 individuals participated in that program. Weatherization is a program that first you have to qualify and receive LIHEAP. Then if you own your own home, you can be on the list for weatherization. They come in and do an energy audit of the home that you own, and we determine what is the most beneficial, cost-effective item to do. Usually it's insulation or a new energy efficient furnace. You can look at the second chart and translate the 1,371 outreach clients into $183,450 of service. Looking at the total, the far right of that column is where I came up with the $1.5 million of client services that were put back out into your county. Down below, most supervisors want a little bit of data of who do you see coming through your doors? Who are they? And what do they look like? So demographic data is on the bottom. And should I go through that?
Yeah, I can touch on a little bit of that. So 42% of the individuals who are coming through our doors for any of our services are that working age group. They're 18 to 59. 34% of the individuals that we're assisting are children, 0 to 17. And as Julie mentioned, we have the back to school program, we have the birthday room, we have a baby room program. So families are coming in and they're accessing those services to meet those essential needs for their children. And that also includes the food assistance. One of the areas that is a growing concern for us is the 24% of individuals that are age 60 and over. Those are retired individuals that they are living on fixed income. That fixed income is not allowing them to meet their basic needs. So they are coming in for help. Many of them are owning their homes so they can qualify for the LIHEAP and the weatherization. It helps improve the housing stock when we can help invest in that insulation and a furnace in their home. But they are also coming through the drive-through pantry that is done here in Webster County once a month, just to get those basic grocery items, those staples. We also have a large number of individuals, 30% are employed. And as I mentioned, we had 42% that are in that employment range. And we don't want to forget our veterans and active service members. We have 15 individuals who have shared that they are veterans or active duty service and they're needing some assistance. 20% of the individuals coming in report some sort of disabling condition. We have another 49% of our households are a single person. Oftentimes that is a retiree living on their own. We often have one of those things out there that people believe, oh, it's that single mom with kiddos. They're the ones that are using services. And in all actuality, only 21% of the households coming through our doors, 1 in 5 is a single mother. 4 of the 5 fit in some other category, where it's a single person, it's a 2-parent home, it's a multi-generational home. And we also have 45% of our households are homeowners. Fits back in again with that weatherization piece, and 25 households being weatherized here in Webster County last year. That is a big number. That is the largest number across the 12 counties that we serve with that weatherization program. Draw your attention to the poverty guidelines. So what do people need? How much can someone make to come in and access their services? A single person, 100% of federal poverty is $15,000 a year. We can go up to 200% poverty, so that was then just over $30,000 a year. And when you start thinking about rent and transportation and groceries, that $30,000 doesn't go very far for a single person. And then I'll let Julie visit a little bit about the SNAP.
I just asked Shakira to pull that number this year because we all heard about SNAP when the benefits were cut off. We know that we got extra busy. And so I'm like, what was the percentage in every county? Webster County had 34% of our clients who were on SNAP. So it's really not that high of a number. So like Shakira said, people coming through our doors are not the single moms. Yes, they're there, but they're at a low rate. It's the older working people who on a fixed income or who have a limited ability to earn income. That's who we're serving. And that is why we ask for your support in helping them help themselves. Any questions or comments. One additional piece I would add, just because I do all the grant writing and reporting, your partnership with us in the form of the 2080 also would assist us in securing additional funding through grants and additional partnerships. Many of the funders out there are looking at what's the co-funding, what's the ratio, who else is partnering at the table to help address needs in the individual community. So your partnership would allow us to pursue additional funding opportunities to draw down more resources to assist individuals and families here in Sterling County. So appreciate your consideration.
And additionally, you guys are looking to make more of an investment in Butler County by
Yes.
purchasing a building and
Yes, we have tried to purchase 2 buildings in the last couple months here in Webster County and have not been successful. Not for lack of trying. One, the entity did not get back to us for about 3 months in a timely manner. Seemed to be creating additional barriers. And then the second one, we had to go through our board and the process, and we were a day late submitting our proposal to purchase the building. So we are looking to invest as an agency more in your county. Currently, we're renting across the street and we have added so many programs. We're bursting at the seams, trying to get a hold of that landlord to see if there's any potential at the lower level for a temporary fix. But I'll just put it out there, if you have a vacant lot or you know of a larger building that is available, preferably all on one floor, we are looking to purchase. So there, I said 2 things at once. Any other questions or anything?
Questions, comments?
I appreciated being on the board and I'm very impressed by you, Julie, and your staff and all of you guys and what you guys do. So really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for being an active member.
Thank you.
Really enjoying remotely, we have to, while on vacation. So kudos to David.
Thank you.
If you ever have questions, stop me across the street, please do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Get a chance to say his name right.
Second, or with a few bar in it. Item 13, Executive Director of Veteran Affairs, Dan Lewandowski, would like to introduce the new director, who, I think that is looking this up. Dana, let's. You guys don't get a break. I'll let you say it, because I'm gonna butcher it.
All right, good morning, Dan Lewandowski, Webster County Veterans Affairs Director. Morning, I'd like to introduce the new director going forward. Natalie Bouchard, also Rich Schneider, my commission chair, will give us a little background, will give you a little background on why we selected him. So this time, Dana Bouchard will come forward and say hello.
I'm Dan Bouchard. I've lived in Fort Dodge for 2 years now. I originally was from Alabama, moved here, worked out in the Fort Dodge Army here. Set to retire, so I'm just gonna exit out of the military role in this position. I have raised 6 kids. We adopted our granddaughters, living at home now. I did 24 years active duty service and 35 years total in our.
Welcome.
I'm Rich Lennon, Chairman of the Veterans Affairs Commission for Webster County. When we looked at hiring someone, we actually, for the position that's traditionally been filled by veterans, according to the Iowa code, it does not need to be. We could hire a non-veteran to fill the position. So when we went out for applications, we went out for the best person we could find. And we had a number, initially we had about 9 applicants. We extended the hiring process for applications, and we ended up with 19. And of those 19, 5 of them were non-veterans. And looking at it, there was definitely some non-veterans that could have done a good job in there. But we looked at all the applications. We had a lot of good applicants, really qualified, could have came in and done the job. But we looked at Dana's background. He has almost 35 years of guard experience, and 24 of them is active duty, is active guard reserve. And we feel the importance of the Veterans Affairs Director is extremely important. And again, reiterate that we're bringing in about $24 million comes into Webster County every year. That equates to, for every veteran in this county of over 2,100, right at $5,800 per veteran through the Veterans Affairs Administration. We're looking at increasing that, and we feel that in looking at Dana's background, that he's got administrative, he's got computer skills, and he understands the system. And I think we can raise that from 24 million. Our goal is we're not gonna get a double, but I think we can raise it higher with Dana being on board. So again, we welcome Dana. Dan has done an outstanding job, and the good thing is he's got time to left seat, right seat, where he can work directly with Dan before Dan returns. So,
Fantastic. Welcome to the team. Thank you guys for all you do for our veterans of Webster County, and I'm sure you've got some retirement fund you're looking forward to, so. Thank you. Up next will be the citizens' opportunity to address the board with items not on the agenda. Anybody? All right, Board of Supervisors Committee reports.
This week I be meeting with, other members at the detention center. We're doing a wage study over there since that was completely out of control there for a while. We actually hired somebody to come in and do a comparison on that. Linking Families, as you've noticed, they are starting to work on a new daycare at the old Beckers out there on Kenyon Road, so we're trying to get that one going. Other than that, nothing else at this time.
I would is Elizabeth Paratroopic Day on February 16th, for those of you who are unaware. She's the lady responsible for the first 3 states to have civil rights legislation in their state constitutions, and since it's me talking about it, clearly she's an Alaskan Native from Sydney.
Not your report today.
Sean?
Last week had some good meetings for Iowa County Attorneys Association Day at Capitol. Representative Ann Meyer and Senator Tim Bryanbrink were kind enough to show up at 7 a.m. in the basement of the State House to have meetings with us. We also got to speak directly with the chair of the House and Senate Judiciary Committee about some of the initiatives of our association, and then they shared with us some of the other prosecution and law enforcement related topics that were going through the State House. So had a great opportunities to talk with a lot of those folks about what's important for protecting community members of Webster County and across the state.
All right, this week, I've got our Growth Alliance meeting, City County Collaboration meeting on Friday. Always great to partner with our delegates from Fort Dodge as we continue to grow Webster County, so looking forward to that. Next week, we'll be with Farm Bureau, Monday night, sit down and talk to the folks from Farm Bureau, and then, I've got Tuesday, an EMS advisory workshop with Iowa Central. I'm on the EMS advisory committee over there, so lots to look forward to doing that week. So, with nothing else, next I would seek to allow claims.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions or comments on claims? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign. Motion carries. Last item of business, I would seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion and second. Any questions or comments before we adjourn today? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.